Hey there, it's the King Cora. So in the past, I was always working for someone else, being employed at a company, and I want to change that. I want to work for myself and on myself. I love personal growth, personal development. That's the kind of content that I consume on YouTube. And I was like, I'm going to start a YouTube. That's when I started this YouTube. I would say that really changed my life. Getting outside of my comfort zone, one crucial thing that helped me doing that as well was living 1 year in New York and being exposed to so many different kinds of people. We all know, or at least for me, that was the case when I was working full time. When I came back from work, I was just exhausted. I was just mentally and physically, I felt drained. And in these past months, 2 months that I started posting regularly on YouTube, I was editing every day. With this YouTube channel, I just noticed my growth and how I got better at editing and all that. And I also noticed how I'm way more creative because this is something that I'm passionate about. And before, when I was working as a graphic designer, I didn't feel passionate about the product. It was very technical and about certain machines and stuff. And I just didn't come up with anything creative. I would look forward to the time I would get home, get food, go to bed. I lost confidence and faith in myself. Now I'm able to be creative. I didn't even think I would be that creative. When I started posting every second day, I don't think I will make it over 2 weeks because I thought I would run out of video ideas. The video ideas are just coming. It just came at ease once I wrote down all the things that I want to achieve in my life. I want to have other people have the same experience of finding themselves and exploring of what they're capable of doing. This is what my YouTube is about, so you can find your full potential. Just because that was your start in your life, we can't choose our parents or where we're from, but we can definitely choose where we go from there. We can change our story and our narrative. Making all these videos, and because I'm talking to it in front of a camera, then I see it again when I edit the video. So I'm hearing all these messages at least 3 times. Especially the challenge that I did, 24 days until Christmas, decluttering. I was decluttering 10 items a day, and I was really using that time 100% deeply focused on myself. I was creating lists of my career plan, of where I'm seeing myself in 5 years and 10 years. I was breaking it down in the smallest pieces, and that's when I realized that so many things are possible. Now that I have all these steps figured out, what I want to achieve, where I was so lost these other years before, I feel so much more powerful and in charge of my life after I figured all these steps out of all the things that I want to achieve. And creating these lists made me realize this is kind of an IKEA instruction. I need this and that tool to create this wardrobe or something. And with this instruction, it's way easier. If you have all the tools and all the things to create this wardrobe, but you don't have the instruction from IKEA, you're going to take 10 times longer than the person with the instruction that knows which tool to use at what time to start building that wardrobe. And the same thing applies to your life, that a lot of people, they're just walking around and they don't know what to do with their life. What is my purpose? Most people, they finish school and they're like, what am I supposed to do now? My biggest learning would be that the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward, and the bigger the success can be. Every person that's running successful businesses, they all had to risk something at some point to get the ball rolling. There's a high chance that in the beginning we might fail a lot of the time, but if we think differently about those failures and see them as something positive, a learning from all these mistakes, our whole life we are told who we are based on our grades, based on our ethnicity, our religion, our clothing style, our finances, our gender. People put us in these boxes, and a lot of people start believing those boxes and they limit themselves to that. I was living in a richer suburban area right next to the ghetto, and every time I was walking to the train station to go to the city, I was walking through the ghetto, through the bad part, and you just see people that look completely empty of not believing themselves because from everywhere they get told you can't go anywhere because you can't afford getting certain kinds of education. And based on that, their mind is closed and they don't think they're able to get out. It's harder for them than those people that might grow up with rich parents. What I want to tell you is that I also met people that were dead broke, that were so close to homelessness. Those people are running successful businesses now because they were open to change their mind and their story. And that's what I want to be on YouTube for, to provide that to other people. And that's what changed the narrative of my story of thinking everyone in my family is like this. I'm not even capable to go to university and stuff. And now I know I'm capable of going to university because it all starts and ends in our mind. Our fear of things is an illusion in our mind that's trying to protect us so we don't get into that sketchy situation again. But a lot of the time, it is just some sort of overthinking that we are doing and projecting something much worse into a situation. You don't need to be scared of phone calls. And I overcame my fear of being scared of phone calls and doing phone calls, and now I can do it at ease. And this is such a freeing experience, and my experience, my decluttering challenge really helped me see how important it is to let go of all these attachments in our room, to feel guilty about throwing away something that we might have gotten from our grandparents as a gift, but it's something that we don't really want, or hanging out with people that we don't want to hang out because we feel like we need to. You do not need to, even if those are your parents. You can set boundaries, and these are important and crucial in order to change your life, making the best out of it. I also cut my hair off. And I would have never done this a year ago because my hair growth is so slow, but because of that challenge that I did with letting go, and I know how broken my hair was down here, it was just the best decision for my hair. I just realized how I can apply that to other things in my life too. There are so many people that drag us down, or our job might drag us down, and there are so many alternatives that we don't consider a lot of the time. They are worth considering though. Create a map of who you are and where you want to go, and see, does that align to your life right now? Most of the time it doesn't. We work for jobs, and so many people dream of being financially free and all this and that, but they don't do anything towards reaching that. So it's important to write down those goals and connect the dots and start creating that instruction for your life. And all these goals that we set ourselves to, and those skill sets that we are developing, reaching those goals. Our goals can change, my goals changed, but those skill sets stay. And I explained that in a previous video about when I said being delusional is your strength, because I thought I'm going to end up marrying Justin Bieber, and obviously I didn't end up marrying Justin Bieber. But my goals changed, but the skill set that I learned from getting better at English, being able to make my content in a world language, which is English, I'm able to reach way more people than if I would create those same videos in German. And that's something that I want to tell you is, you don't need to be scared of failing or getting rejected, because those skill sets, you can apply them to other things in your life. My biggest goal to be able to help people, because I was going through old stuff from my childhood and wish lists and all kinds of things. On top of the list, it says that I would love to help the world and help the people in the world to understand themselves better and to understand others better. And I hope you can take anything from this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!